We begin with that heroic moment on a high-speed train. Two American servicemen and their friend on vacation in France praised for stopping what could have been a mass killing. Tonight, this video inside that train, there's the attacker tied up, those Americans beating him with his own rifle. One of them seriously hurt in the takedown, and we are learning more about these heroes, their quick decision to act today. President Obama calling each of them to thank them for their courage. ABC's Ron Claiborne leads us off.
Spencer Stone waved as he left the French hospital tonight, where he had been treated for cuts to his neck and hand, sustained in a furious struggle with a heavily armed suspect on that high-speed train. This video showing the dramatic scene on the train. Stone shirtless and bleeding, tending to another passenger. His attacker, the gunman, tied up a few feet away, not moving. On a nearby seat, the gunman's automatic weapon. Authorities say those three Americans and a British man took down the suspect after he shot another passenger. Almost certainly, they prevented a massacre. The two unwounded Americans praising their friend's quick actions.
Spencer ran a good 10 meters to get to the guy, and we didn't know that his gun wasn't working or anything like that. Spencer just ran anyway.
I'm really proud of my friend that he just reacted so quickly and so bravely.
The suspect was identified as Ayoub El Kazani, a 26-year-old native of Morocco. French authorities say he may have belonged to a radical Islamist movement. On board the train, authorities found an AK-47, a handgun, a box cutter, and ammunition.
And it could have been a real carnage, there's no question about that.
We're very lucky that nobody got killed, especially Spencer.
President Obama today praising the three Americans: Stone, Oregon National Guardsman Alex Skarlatos, who was returning from duty in Afghanistan, and their civilian friend, Anthony Sadler. Tonight, Stone, just out of the hospital, is expected to be reunited with his fellow heroes. And tonight, El Kazani is in French custody undergoing interrogation. He lived in Belgium and was known to Belgian authorities. Investigators there and in France are now trying to determine where he got the weapons, all those weapons he had on that train, and what he planned to do with them. Cecilia.
Ron, what those servicemen did was totally remarkable. Thank you. Good to see you tonight. This morning, the city of Sacramento is planning to welcome back its heroes in grand fashion. One of them returns home today. Carter Evans is outside City Hall, where a parade is in the works. Carter, good morning.
Good morning. After fighting off a possible mass shooting, these three friends turned international heroes are going to return home, where they are being praised for their bravery. Now, here in Sacramento, where they grew up, the city's mayor announced plans on Monday to throw a parade in honor of Spencer Stone, Alex Skarlatos, and Anthony Sadler. Details for that event are still being worked out right now. The young men first met at a Christian middle school in Fair Oaks. Now they've been bonded by the act of courage that has thrust them into this spotlight. Last night in Paris, the 23-year-old Sadler attended the premiere for the film Straight Outta Compton, where he talked about the last couple of days and what it's been like.
I feel like I'm in a dream. This is unreal. 2 days ago, we were just on the train, and 2 days later, all this has happened. It's pretty crazy.
Donors are now lining up to help pay for Sadler's senior year at Sacramento State, where he's studying kinesiology. School officials are still mulling over a possible celebration for his return, and Nora, that is expected to happen a little bit later today.
Good to see that, Carter. Thanks. How about that? From taking down a terrorist to Straight Outta Compton.
Instant celebrity.
Instant celebrity.
A
gunman is facing terrorism charges this morning for his foiled attack on a European train. Prosecutors say Ayoub El Kazani watched a jihadi video on his cell phone in the bathroom. Well, then he was tackled afterward. An American airman who was hurt helping prevent the attack is in good spirits at the Landstuhl Regional Medical Center in Germany. And Charlie D'Agata is there with the latest. Charlie, good morning.
Good morning to you. Hospital officials have told us this morning that Spencer Stone's treatment is ongoing and it's going well. Meanwhile, French prosecutors have described his foiled attack as premeditated and well prepared.
Barefoot and blindfolded, Ayoub El Kazani was escorted to face the charges in a French court. The prosecutor said he pumped himself up for the attack by watching a jihadist video inside the bathroom of the train before emerging shirtless and strapped with 270 rounds of ammunition. He said Moroccan-born El Kazani was intent on killing a whole trainload of people if not stopped by those passengers on board. French-American Marc Mougalian was the only one to take a bullet trying. In an interview with CNN, his wife Isabella described the moment Spencer Stone and his friends piled in.
I hear somebody saying, an American, I'm sorry for my language, he said, this and I see two guys running.
The gunman saw them too and took aim. Stone thought it was all over.
This guy just kept pulling weapons left and right, pulled another handgun, seemed like he had pointed it backwards and clicked it at my head. It wasn't working either. I'm gonna get shot, I'm dead. Like, every time I heard a click, I was just like, oh, I'm still alive. Oh, I'm still alive. Okay, and then we hit each other.
Isabella said when Stone saw that a bullet had sheared through an artery in her husband's neck, he not only stopped the bleeding, but the fear of dying.
And he put his finger and he said, and he was like speaking to him. It's like, hey man, so tell me, where are you from? Oh, so you're from Virginia. Hey, I'm from California. Hey, you know what? After that, we're going to go have a beer together. You know, don't worry, everything will be okay.
Mougalian remains in stable condition in a French hospital. It's unclear when Spencer Stone will be headed home, but you can bet that he'll deliver on the promise of that beer as soon as both men have recovered. Anthony?
That'll be a great moment. Shirley Daggett in Germany, thanks.